G'day, Graham Ross here to show you how to install leaf stopper on a valley of a tile roof.
The ski slope system gives leaves a better chance to blow away naturally, meaning less work for you. Protection of the valley is sometimes overlooked, however it can be another area where leaves can build up, and Leaf Stopper has an excellent solution. The three sections to consider are the top, bottom and middle, both left and right. We begin by temporarily securing the bottom centre of the roll to the internal corner. This can be done by using a screw or some heavier object. Roll the mesh to the top and cut to length. Our first goal is to secure the mesh at the top and bottom so that it doesn't move throughout the installation of the middle. This will prevent the mesh moving out of alignment. If you could take the mesh off the roof after an installation and flatten it, this is how the shape would look. The sideways cut, indicated by an S, requires a flap to be cut which is tucked under the tile and holds the mesh in place. The downward or down cut, indicated by the D, needs to sit on a high point, which is usually the overlapping rib of the tile, which can be firmly siliconed in place if necessary. Now let's continue with our installation by fastening the mesh to the top of the valley. Since the first row of tiles is held down by the hip and cement, it is better to start with the second row of tiles. We will start at the top left. We then come back and finish the mesh around the hip later. Important tip: always plan ahead and even make a mark on the mesh to see where the cut will take you. Look ahead 1 or 2 tile rows and don't just focus on your immediate cut. Start cutting downwards where the full mesh can sit on a rib. An incorrect cut will leave a gap which can't be secured, which can then allow the leaves in. Next, create a flap. Remember to notch a section to allow for the thickness of the tile or the joint. Leaf Stopper will not stretch. If you force it, it will tear. With the top and bottom secure, we can start making our way down the left-hand side, creating flaps and downward cuts. Watch carefully to see how the installer goes about this process. Once the left and right sides are completed, the last main step is to secure the mesh at the top. Since the hips are cemented in, you need to cut the mesh so that it sits firmly against the cement. Use either screws if the cement is soft or galvanised nails to hold the mesh down in preparation for silicon. Careful not to cut the mesh too short or it will be difficult to seal with silicon. It's always better to cut rough first and then trim as needed. Spread the silicon liberally so that it sticks the mesh to the cement to stop leaves from entering. While it's not essential, it is a good idea to apply silicon on the left and right sides. Using screws, you can neatly finish the bottom and then apply silicon. That completes the Tile Valley installation. We hope you enjoy the protection Leaf Stopper will provide you.
Look, with Leaf Stopper, you can do it yourself, that's great, but if you're flat out busy like me, get the professionals to install it for you. I'm thrilled with mine, have been for years, and I know you will be as well. Leaf Stopper, your home today.